Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to go deep.
Well, today we're strapping on our explorer hats and heading to a continent that's brimming with investment potential, Africa.
Seems exciting.
It is. I mean, we all hear about Africa's vast resources and growing economies, but what does that actually mean for investors like us?
Yeah, it's one thing to hear about potential and another to really understand the landscape.
That's exactly why we're here. We've got some insightful reports and analyses, and we're going to break down everything from the hottest sectors to the regional nuances you need to know.
So like a practical guide for anyone looking to get in on the action.
You got it. Think of this deep dive as your investment roadmap to Africa. We'll uncover the opportunities and, let's be honest, the challenges too, so you can make informed and, hopefully, profitable decisions.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so, first things first, our sources paint a pretty compelling picture. Rapid economic growth, a burgeoning middle class, and yes, tons of natural resources.
It's not just about resources though, is it?
You're right, it's so much more than that. This is a continent on the move, and that energy is attracting some serious investment buzz.
A lot of folks are talking about Africa being the next big thing in the global market.
And our sources back that up. So, where's all this excitement focused?
Yeah.
Well, there are a few key sectors that keep popping up.
Yeah, like agriculture. I mean, did you know Africa holds something like 60% of the world's uncultivated arable land? That's mind-blowing.
It is. It's like, hello, food security. This is prime real estate for agricultural innovation and investment.
And it's not just about quantity, it's quality too. High-value crops, sustainable farming practices. The potential is huge.
Huge is an understatement. Then there's the renewable energy sector. Africa's solar, wind, and hydropower potential is off the charts.
It's incredible. They're poised to leapfrog over the dirty energy phases that a lot of other countries went through.
Right. It's a clean energy future, and investors are lining up to be part of it. And of course, we can't talk about Africa's growth without mentioning technology.
Oh, the tech scene is booming. Think fintech, mobile solutions, e-commerce, driven by a young and digitally savvy population.
Exactly. Like, remember M-Pesa in Kenya? Totally revolutionized mobile payments and became a model for the world.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
So we've got agriculture, renewable energy, and tech talk about a triple threat of opportunity.
For sure, but it's a big continent, right? I mean, you got to be strategic about where you invest.
It's true, like planning a trip, right?
Yeah.
You don't just show up in Africa and hope for the best. You need to know where you're going.
Huh. The Africa is a country misconception. I've heard that one a few times.
Classic.
Yeah.
But seriously, our sources stress the importance of understanding regional differences when it comes to investing in Africa. So can you break that down for us a bit? What are the key regions to watch?
Sure. Well, East Africa is really interesting. You've got Kenya, which is, like we said, a tech hub, but it's also making strides in tourism and infrastructure.
And what about Ethiopia? It's been getting a lot of attention lately.
Yeah, Ethiopia is focusing heavily on manufacturing, attracting investment in textiles, apparel, and even things like car assembly.
So East Africa's got a good mix going on.
For sure. Now, if we swing over to West Africa, well, you can't ignore Nigeria. It's the continent's biggest economy with huge potential in oil and gas, but also banking and agriculture.
And what about the political climate there? I know there's been some instability in the past.
Yeah, that's something investors always have to consider. Risk assessment is key. But Nigeria's got this entrepreneurial spirit, and, the government is making efforts to improve stability and attract foreign investment.
Okay, so East and West are definitely on the map. What about Southern Africa?
Well, South Africa is the powerhouse down there. Strong financial markets, well-developed infrastructure. It's like the gateway to the region.
I see that.
Yeah, and they've got a lot going on. Mining, manufacturing, retail, and they're also becoming a hub for renewable energy.
Wow, so many different flavors to consider. It's almost overwhelming. Like, how do you even begin to navigate all of this?
That's where finding the right local partners comes in.
So it's less about going it alone and more about finding a good guide.
Exactly. They know the lay of the land, the regulations, the cultural nuances, everything.
So what should investors look for in a local partner?
Well, obviously, they need to have a deep understanding of the specific market you're interested in, whether it's energy in Nigeria or tech in Kenya. They should be able to guide you through the legal and regulatory maze, help you identify tax incentives.
Oh yeah, the tax stuff can be a nightmare, I bet.
It can be, but a good local partner can also connect you with the right people, open doors that you wouldn't even know existed.
They're like your insider access pass.
Exactly. And they can help you navigate the whole risk management side of things too.
Okay, so risk. Let's talk about that. I mean, no investment is risk-free, but I'm guessing emerging markets like Africa come with their own unique set of challenges.
Yeah, that's true. You've got political risks, economic fluctuations, currency volatility, and then there's the infrastructure things.
It's like roads, ports, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Some areas have really good infrastructure and some are, well, still developing. So that's something to factor in.
So how can investors mitigate these risks? Like, what are some practical steps they can take?
Well, first of all, diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different countries, different sectors.
That makes sense. Don't bet on just one horse, right?
Right. Then, look into insurance. There are specific policies designed to protect against political risk, currency fluctuations, that sort of thing.
Okay, that's good to know.
And of course, having that strong local partner we talked about, they can really help you anticipate and navigate those potential bumps in the road.
Okay, so diversify, get insured, and find a good guide. Got it. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about something that I think is really exciting. Impact investing.
Ah, yeah, putting your money where your values are.
Exactly. Our sources highlighted it as a major trend in Africa. It's not just about making profits, it's about making a positive impact. Right.
Right. Investing in things like healthcare, clean water, education, things that benefit society as a whole.
And a lot of these areas are ripe for innovation and investment in Africa.
Totally. Plus, a lot of governments offer incentives for impact investors, so it can be a win-win.
So we've covered sectors, regions, risks, and even how to do good while doing well. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface, though.
Oh, yeah, this is just a taste. Africa's a complex and constantly evolving landscape.
So if someone listening is really intrigued, what's the most important thing they should do next?
Stay informed. Keep up with economic news, trade agreements, policy changes. Things are moving fast.
So it's not a set it and forget it kind of investment strategy.
Definitely not. You got to be engaged and proactive. Follow what's happening with regional economic communities like ECOWAS in West Africa or SADC in Southern Africa.
Ah, yeah, those are the organizations working to harmonize trade and open up even more opportunities, right?
Exactly. They're shaping the future of the African market.
Wow, this has been eye-opening. I feel like I need to grab a map and start planning my investment adventure now.
Huh. Well, I hope this deep dive has at least given you a good starting point.
It definitely has. And I've got one final thought for all our listeners out there. If you could invest in just one sector in Africa right now, which one would you choose and why? Do your research, think it through, and let us know. Until next time, happy investing.